Hello everyone, I am Pranav Bhardwaj, and in today's episode, we shall get down to the nitty gritty of the contract law. Contract is something which we encounter on day to day basis. The law of contract touches equally upon the lives of every person, whether you are a businessman or an employee working for some organization. We all tend to be governed under the law of contract. Now, having said that, I'll try to put this law as a life cycle. And what I mean by that is the essence of contract gets evolved over time. Broadly speaking, contract can be categorized into three categories. Firstly, the formational aspect. Then comes the operational aspect, followed by the final one, the discharge or the termination of the contract. That is the primary reason why we can regard it as the life cycle. You initiate by establishing the contract, then you look into how exactly it operates and what are the obligations of each of the parties. The operational aspect also tends to cover remedies and exclusion if it does not take place. Then comes the last aspect, which is the termination or the discharge of the contract. Now, beginning with the formational aspect of the contract, the formation of a contract is predominantly based on the offer and acceptance. The offer and the acceptance are collectively considered as an agreement, which is followed by consideration. Now, consideration is when you pay something in lieu of something. Consideration is also regarded as the badge of enforceability. These two collectively form as the contractual obligation. Once the terms of agreement are cemented and the contract is legally formed, then comes the operational aspect of the contract. Under the operational head comes the obligation that have been undertaken. Simply speaking, these obligations are nothing but the terms and conditions upon which the contract rests. Now, these terms, depending on how crucial they are in the functioning of a contract, can either be classified as a condition or a warranty. Condition is comparatively more important than the warranty. Then it further goes on to specify as to what all remedies are available for the aggrieved party. Condition is the most important types of a term or an obligation and goes to the heart of the functioning of a contract, the breach of which may provide an opportunity to the aggrieved party to rescind or cancel the contract. And also, depending upon the situation and circumstances, the other party can even seek for the damages, the compensation as we may call it. But when it comes to the category of warranty not being complied with or fulfilled by either of the party, it does not provide an aggrieved party with the chance to cancel or rescind the contract. However, the aggrieved party can seek compensation for loss or delay that has been caused or that the party had to undergo. Then comes the final aspect of the contract law, which is the discharge or the termination of the contract. Broadly speaking, the contract may be either void ab initio or voidable or completely void. Now we'll get into the details one by one. Certain actions may render the contract void at the inception, meaning thereby that the contract itself cannot take place. Whereas in case of a contract turning voidable because of misrepresentation, the party is at the opportunity to choose either to cancel or to affirm and then proceed further. Misrepresentation is one of the instances where the contract turns voidable. It is on either of the party whether they wish to proceed further or they wish to cancel the contract. Then there are certain circumstances which prevent the contract from taking place, not because of fault of any individual, but rather because of circumstances which are out of the control of either of the party. Thus, the contract turns out to be void. Well, this was all for the practical insights to what contract law is. In the next episode, we shall cover the essentials of a valid contract and will look into how you can mindfully draft your very own contract. You were listening to the third season of The Lawyers by the Noble Litigators. Today's show was written and presented by Pranav Bhardwaj. If you like the show, then do subscribe. You can also recommend the show to someone you think may like the show, share it with a friend or someone in the family. But until the next time we meet, have fun, stay safe, and always obey the law.